Hey y'all, today we are talking about a newer foundation to Ulta. I got this online, but they do have these in store as well. We are talking about the Zoeva Authentik Skin Natural Luminous Foundation. Of course, we have it on right now, and I got the shade 160 in. They have 44 shades of this, you guys. 44. I think that is absolutely awesome. It doesn't really tell you much about this. I was kind of assuming from what I read, this is more of a medium buildable foundation. It's supposed to just, let me read this. Inspired by Zoe's vision that every woman should feel comfortable, beautiful, and confident, Authentik Skin Natural Luminous Foundation was designed to allow you to build your perfect coverage whenever and wherever you feel you need it. Enhanced with the nurturing power of rosehip oil, it glides on to give a smooth and weightless finish, allowing your natural skin's luminosity to shine through. So that's really all it says. This is what the bottle looks like. It's glass. I really like it. This is the outer packaging. It's all super cute. But yes, 44 shades. That is awesome. So if you are new here, we use only natural lighting. I want you guys to see my skin, my imperfections, my pores, my redness, all of it. And I want you to see how this product covers all of that. So if you are interested, I hope you subscribe and click that bell, and let's hop in. Okay, I am so sorry if you can hear the rain. It is raining outside, but we are doing this. So let's go ahead, shake this up. I have this in the shade 160N. I wanted neutral, so this is supposed to be pretty neutral. It might be a little bit dark, but we're gonna make it work. I've got a little mirror here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to kind of squirt this on the face. I've tried looking it up, coverage, things like that, and I cannot find where it actually says medium coverage, full coverage, light coverage, nothing. It just says buildable coverage, luminous finish. So let's see what kind of coverage we can get here. So I'm gonna take the first layer and I'm gonna use a brush with it. With this not being full coverage, I want to see how much coverage we can get out of it. So I'm going to start out with a brush. We'll see what we get, and more than likely I will smooth over it with a sponge. Okay, I definitely put on too much. A little bit of this goes a very long way. Wow. And if you guys don't know, I just recently got my eyebrows microbladed, so I have to kind of stay away from there. So I'm going to be really careful around the brow area. This went on really smoothly, like really smooth. I definitely think that it darkens a smidge. You can kind of see this, when I first applied it, it was not that dark, so it definitely darkens a bit, which I don't mind, but just take that into consideration. Okay, so I have to be very careful here. I'm just gonna kind of smear it around like that, and then I'm gonna use a sponge to blend it around. Okay, so I'm using my damp Real Technique sponge to just push this into the skin. And I don't really need a lot of coverage on the forehead, so I don't have to use a brush for that. Just have to make sure I don't get it on my brows. So I have been wearing makeup with my eyebrows being done. I'm just steering clear of them, and I haven't really worn eyeshadow. It's more so been really light looks on the eyes. Okay, so this is one layer. I think it looks beautiful. It's luminous, but it doesn't feel oily or heavy or sticky, thank goodness. I would say medium coverage is what we've got off that first initial layer. So that's pretty dang good. I wasn't even expecting that much coverage. So I'm gonna add a little bit more. We'll use the sponge, but it looks really nice. I wasn't expecting as much coverage off the bat like that. So I'm pretty pleased with it. Okay, now we're gonna push this right in, and I'm gonna focus it on my redness, the areas that I really want to conceal. Okay, pretty good, pretty good. I think it built up a little bit, but with the sponge, oh my goodness, my throat. But with the sponge, I think it might be taking up a little bit of it. This may be one that you kind of have to let dry before you start building it up. But for like every day, I wouldn't have even built this up. It looks really good. All right, I'm gonna try one more time to build this up. I am gonna use a brush. I don't think the sponge was really the way to go. So I want to see if you can build this up with a brush or if it's not as buildable like they say. All right, so back in with our It Cosmetics brush. And I'm just going to stipple this on. Like I said, I don't want to add too much to the areas that don't need it. Yeah, a brush, hands down, is better with this one. The sponge was kind of taking it up rather than building on itself. So I would definitely go brush. Also, disregard this gigantic zit. It is almost my time of the month, and it's like I always get some sort of breakout. Okay, so there's no streaks with the brush. It looks really, really great. I am going to just run the sponge over to pick up any excess product. I don't think this is full coverage by any means, but I think it's a really nice medium coverage. I had been so curious about this foundation, and I'd swatched it in Ulta and it looked beautiful on the hand, so I'm happy I got this one. So this is what we look like. It is built up. I don't think it's super buildable. Like, even if you kept building, I don't think this is going to be one that gets you to super full coverage. I think you're staying in the medium realm. So I'm going to go ahead, let's throw on some concealer. I'm going to use the Kosas concealer. I've got it in front of me, so that's what we're going to use today. Not going to put too much on, but I want to brighten a little bit. I've had a black dot right here this whole video. Thanks for telling me, you guys. Okay, I'm going to use my sponge, push this in. This actually may not be light enough to brighten us up like I wanted, but we'll see, we'll see. Where I'm staying away from the brows, I'm just kind of taking what's left over and just running it across the lid, but not taking it up too high. Alrighty, this is what we've got. I've got to get this foundation off of my lips. I hate foundation on my lips. But this is where we are. I'm going to go off camera, set everything, finish up the face, and we'll be right back. So I wanted to pop back on here really quickly. The skin is definitely still tacky. I wouldn't call it sticky, I would call it tacky. But it is tacky and you can't really blend things over it. So I'm going to set it with the, what is this called? e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder. So I want to do one side so you guys can see. I still want to keep the glow, so that is why I chose this one, but I want you guys to see the set finish versus unset. But I'm not going to add too much. I just want enough to where things will blend over it nicely. Alright, so this is unset. You can see really, really pretty glow. And then this is set. You can see it's a bit more matte, but you still have the glow there. So I love this powder. It's awesome. Totally forgot to add it into my favorites, but it is a favorite. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead, finish up everything. We'll be right back. Okay, lovelies, this is the finished look. I think it looks really, really good. I like how everything laid down on the skin. Once we set it, it's not tacky, not sticky at all. And I think it looks really, really good. This is kind of like a classic understated glam look. I really like it. I have just one brown shade in the crease and a darker brown on, kind of use like a liner, and lashes and a little bit of brown liner halfway on my outer corner, and that's it. Mascara, and we're good. But yeah, this is it. I really, really love this look so far. I would still say we're at medium coverage. You can still see some imperfections, some redness, but I like it. I like the way it looks. So we are going to do a super long wear test on this, and I will see you guys later on, and we will see how this is looking. Okay guys, it's been about 7.5 hours. We're gonna have to cut this one a little bit short. It is almost my time of the month, and my tummy is absolutely killing me. Like, I always have bad periods, but this is wow. So I actually laid on this side of my face, and it still looks really good. But let me say that there's nothing really special about this foundation. It's medium coverage. It does feel light on the skin, but it doesn't hide pores well. It's not super smoothing. It doesn't really accentuate pores too much, but there's no big wow factor to this one. I don't think it's going to be super long wearing. I'll probably keep it on another couple of hours before I actually take it all off, and I'll let you guys know. It's breaking down, but just, I mean, the slightest bit. But some cons are this has to be set, and for an everyday foundation, I want it to either look great or I want it to save me some time. I want it to do something different than my other foundations. And it's kind of like this one's just a regular foundation. There's nothing great about it. And I have a lot of foundation in my collection, so at this point, I want it to offer something different or just look flat out amazing on the skin. But that's like the new Lorac foundation. It's so smoothing. It is insane how smoothing it is. So this one adds something. It looks beautiful on the skin. It's different. The Zoeva, it's just kind of a foundation. So I'm going to keep wearing this. I will update you guys down below, of course, but as of this point, my first impression is I wouldn't really recommend it. If you want medium coverage, just when you think of a normal foundation with a little bit of luminosity but has to be set, that's what I think of with this one. So I'm sorry we had to cut this short. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you do, I hope you subscribe and click that bell, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye guys.